So it's very important that we have our temperature differential. On our overnight heat, the overnight heat plug-in is on the side. We have two different options for overnight heat. This particular unit has 110 volt overnight heaters, which works very well with the cold mix. It's going to heat your oil up to about 150 to 200 degrees. With the 220 volt heaters, we can actually heat the oil up to 350 degrees. This unit's equipped with a 110 heater, so you're only going to get about 200 degrees out of it. Again, the thermostat, this thermostat will not light up until we plug it in, but you do have a main power switch for that also. When we flip the power switch on for the burner, you can see the controls light up. There's 5 buttons on the controls. And I'm going to have the cameraman zoom in on this because I want to show you this. The 3 buttons on the left-hand side of this don't do anything. It's actually for the programming of the thermostat. So that's nothing as you guys as operators really need to know about. The only thing that you guys need to worry about is the up and the down arrow. The top temperature is going to be what we're reading, and the bottom temperature is what we're going to be set at. So right now we're reading at 59 degrees on our oil temperature, and it's set at 8 degrees. So I'm going to run that up, cycle the burner on. We're going to put it at, we'll just put it at 120 degrees. And I'm also going to do the same thing for the burner. We're at 40 degrees is what the inside of our hopper is. We don't have any product in there, but we'll still simulate that, to run the burner up. We're going to just put that at 75 degrees. Now you'll notice on our voltmeter here, our voltage is below 12. That's because we're not hooked to the towing vehicle. We don't have the battery charger plugged in. You can hear the burner fire, and it's not firing real good because we don't have great voltage. And you can see that because of the lower voltage on here. It's very important that we have a good supply of power from the towing vehicle. The burner's going to light. When it lights, it's going to go through a sequence that's going to check out the burner. I'm going to flip the burner off so we don't kill the battery anymore. But it's going to go through a lighting sequence, which is going to start the spark igniters, turn the fuel on. Once it lights, it's going to see the flame. And once it sees the flame, it says, okay, life is good, we're going to keep burning. And if it doesn't, for some reason, if it doesn't light, it's going to try to reignite. If it tries to reignite and doesn't do it the second time, it's going to go into a lockout mode. Once it goes into the lockout mode, you have to manually turn the power switch off and turn it back on to recycle the burners. If you guys notice a lot of smoke coming out of the unit, probably needs a burner adjustment. Burner adjustments are fairly easy to do on this unit, and we'll kind of go over some of that stuff when we get to the burner system itself. But the thermostats, again, it's very simple. They're very simple to operate. You'll notice that you have a call for heat light in the box. The call for heat light means that the thermostats are telling the burner we need some heat. I think it's about a 2-degree temperature drop. Say we set it at 300 degrees, our product's going to go down to 298, and the burner's going to kick back on. But both of those thermostats control that burner system. And the one thing you got to kind of remember is our oil is heating our product. So when our oil comes up to temperature, it's going to shut the burner off, even though our product might not be up to temperature yet because we're heating with the oil. So it's like I said, it's fairly simple to operate. To operate the washdown, which is just a hand wand to spray solvents on your tools and the inside of your hopper, you actually turn the burner off. It's the same power switch. You can hear the pump come on. There's a separate 5-gallon tank on the other side of the unit. We'll show you in a couple minutes here. So that's basically the control box. The other things I want to touch base with you while I'm over here, we've got the tool holders. These will hold anything with a handle, shovel, loots, brooms, brakes, any of that kind of equipment. You also do have a shovel cleaning compartment for your to keep your shovels in, to keep them clean all the time. The unit, like I told you before, is equipped with a 14,000 pound suspension. We run a wet hub axle on here, so you just want to make sure that we've got oil in the hubs. That's kind of this side of the unit. We're going to move to the back end of the unit, and then we'll move to the other side and show you the other features on it.